the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Who say power no day? Power day, papa. Power nkasa day. Na Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ebe PM or Parliament they are onim say asamaba. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong nye nipa bi a otai etna parliamentary sitting ne kasa bebre wo ho. Into obe PM na a lot of people are wondering DNC and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ebe PM or Parliament. Na ebe che the way or no ne members of the majority and Honorable Afenyo Markin majority leader say Ato Forson minority leader and NDC MPs to run out of parliament. Na yebe kaya LGBTQ Nsem-Pii eshase so me pass bill no mo pass bill na no mo pass bill no parliament after the good president na da Kwaku anim. So ordain the signature be say ase no wa sign from bill to law. And obi challenging no the Supreme Court after Chief Justice ne Speaker of Parliament lawyers or modi ho abobo at the Supreme Court level. It is assembly the after the akodom the Supreme Court. And after the drum pempenswa the blackmail of Speaker of Parliament ne Parliamentary caucus, especially the NDC said President Nana Addo Dankwa ne excellency ne appointees our appointee omo so bedi ministerial positions. A lot of people were calling for ministerial reshuffle. It's a ministerial reshuffle. President Nana Addo Dankwa say after the ministers ma reshuffle omo enti parliament more approval, more veteran more approval. And on Speaker of Parliament, President Nana Addo Dankwa Nsem-Pii say the Parliament against the executive, and approve some ministers, and approve more much that. And Afenyo Markin say Ghana we work with laws. Into Speaker of Parliament, if you do not obey the law, untimi fa FCM imbrani indi juma in Parliament. And all troll letter 10. Say, according to Article 112, subsection 3 of the Order 53 Act and Order 53 of the Standard Orders of Parliament, a permitted 15% of the members of the House of Parliament to reconvene Parliament. It is 15%, but Miaba, it decided, say, young Cottonasi Parliament, and it's Speaker of Parliament who need to mean, so Becca say, who need it's Parliament, enter. And Afenyo Markin a trust our letter no a commands the Speaker of Parliament. It's the Speaker of Parliament talk so ombo 15% betima wa betena ede imbrana ayejuma and the Speaker say okay obetena say ama na ni magu asi die and I just say then obe PM or Parliament and now omo decide say certain things are pending omo the blackmail executives omo ye free approval of $150 million World Bank loan for dredging and cleaning of Greater Accra region. Oma approval and a request for tax exemption for selected beneficiaries under 1D 1F program. And a main one no, I be GDC I don't know Honorable Kennedy Agyapong maybe of course other ones they important today. The approval of the ministers, new ministers. Under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Aban and that of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, yebe ministers na ansana yebe mudi. Yebe kaya Sami Game-Fi, the communications officer of the National Democratic Congress. Any Haruna Idrisu ni muntakanya huge fracas because of the approval of certain ministers during the time of Nana Addo Dankwa second term or the appointed ministers. Say NDC for the omuntina ho ene entina ochina emasa appointed ministers we ya appoint you. And Haruna Idrisu muntaka na the NDC omutina ho and MPP the majority side and Parliament appointed some ministers. Sami Nsem-Pii e baye be kasa heavily against Haruna Idrisu ni muntaka bambara. He believes it went a long way and it causes issues we Emma say educate the stand so be Haruna Idrisu Muntaka Mubarak from leadership positions. It's Ato Forson. So situation nearby be CBO Mudia and they said they untimi internase Emma Sami Game-Fi and Nsem-Pii because NDC position might take and say members of the ministerial executive adults in TSA, no appointees be His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Edebebe Bia on betina say amasa appointees now etimi enya the approval from Parliament. It is idea omobe gane every Parliament normal records now show say they were not seated at the time the majority side and the MPP and as a majority side of Parliament or not the whole Parliament, because majority side no omo kind omo numbers no omo ye den omo form quorum omo betima take a decision and omo ye den omo pie and sa appointees yetimi ayere appoint omo na the said ministers ni 22 ayeba bebo mudi and ministerial position ayede among. The first one, Mr. Andrew Agyapong Mensah, ono ebe called Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Sa ministry radio is one of the best ministries of Nana Addo Dankwa for the first and second term, based on beyond the return ni Jumadia Omaye. Second, Lydia Seyram Halasa, omuna ya honorables, inti ebebo mudin as and when, but we be to say omuna ya honorables, inti Lydia Seyram Halasa, Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources. And 3, Martin Ejei Mensah Kosa, Honorable Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development. 4, Honorable Ophelia Mensah Hayford, Honorable Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. Honorable Dakwa Newman, Honorable Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Our ministry is very, very famous due to former minister now, Honorable Adwa Safo. And a Dr. Bernard Okoboy, on also called Ministry of Health, one of the outstanding former members of Parliament. After the Osan Premium for the Lejokuku seat, or no when your appointment as Minister of Health for under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, even though Olusu in the seat or Lejokuku. Honorable Titus Grover, the new Minister of Greater Accra Region. Honorable Fatima Abubakar, Minister of Information, former Ministry of Honorable Kojo Opong Nkrumah, and Honorable Daniel Machato, Minister of Oti Region. Honorable Dr. Benjamin Setre Yebua, Minister for Gender and Social Protection, and also Honorable Dakwa Newman home, and Honorable Sylvester Tete, Deputy Minister of Information. Honorable Charles Champon, Deputy Minister designate for the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, and Honorable Adelaide Intim, Deputy Minister of Health, or supported Dr. Bernard Okoboy, and Honorable Collins Adumakun Mensah, Deputy Minister of Energy, and Honorable Dr. Prince Hamidou Ama, Deputy Minister of Works and Housing. Honorable Kingsley Nyakun, the new Deputy Minister for Education, and Honorable Festus Ewua Kofi, Deputy Minister for Employment and Labor. Honorable Akwesi Kunudu, Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and Honorable Musa Abdul Aziz Ayaba, Deputy Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture. Into way new ministers, Deputy Ministers of Information, and Deputy Ministers of certain regions like Oti region, and His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, with the support of Honorable Afenyo Markin and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, caused the approval in Parliament for the final year of the second term of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. You could see miracles about Johnny Kwame Sefakan, Edim Komo, Kukuruku, Ejumadi.
Firm believer in it. and they automobile companies are almost as here almost assembling my way. A better take a while before omubeting team near no effect. No, and they anya crampono. There's a deliberate strategy to ensure say private sector air driving industrialization. At least I can count 160 of them. At least constituency in my district, I can point to about 2 of them. Yaman kwai na ombe twas anyama we so. Yanya sani twaso. Na sign the NDC for bar. The ombe ya ne so be se atwe akoti another 8 years. Na ye bar ya sanso be bra se ya be fele sa vacuum no. And this is why e be 2 weeks ni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia echi fa omanya fa ne nyina ne Ghana fo di nkomo se alabraka mumma ono so fa ne de kakro betumi aye no embra ne yenhwe after all nia ono ne kwakopre no waba be ye omampani da de obetumi aye bia wa ya ma yehuda de ono so wo ne nsase bia wa ya ma yehuda yenim de besi echina enti ono na onyan ye bi pen no ye ma ono so kwan na ono so nim de kakro wo no ono so fa be ka ho empo ono de se oba owo ho kwan so san ba biem enti oya de na obedwu hu mienu hu se eso san ba be pre ye ho abato biem na omampenda da John Dramani Mahama de senior ono okowe a onko biem o na ba kunu mpo okoya na obese aba biem mpo hwekora de ye fa so minti obia mi odwan funu se ni na we ya no oba yenya so ni impe oni accountability bia ma yem biem of ya here because you can imagine the ordeal he could put us through, and that is a risk. As you put it through, say you can say me hu yanka no. Yama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kwai. No so ne de kakra no. On be to aso man.
Miracles be that say. I think Agyapong.
Me that say. Nedi can say just quickly on Dr. Bawumia. He in topics Amdiama Baku says Bawumia promises 30% expenditure cut when elected. Chairman, I may be, almost say Obia Oti economics kakra. I say kakra. You would appreciate, say, this is not a bad promise, but it has to be founded on some things. Sometimes there's a need to incur some expenditures, but given your present situation, it makes every sense to want to cut expenditure. As I say, it is because of excessive expenditure. And our budget overruns in Tina Yakubu Bisia Yakubo Bebribi. So if you want to bring the economy back on track, there are 2 things you need to do. Either you do them simultaneously or do one at a time.
Economics, I'm say into BBC and ABC. Because if the market decides and they go 15. And it's Kennedy Agyapong. Okay, Michael Ashalaja. At the point, Kennedy Agyapong.
What is our extra one city no? Ebe 2 near man so.
Tell your business.
Banks no so come home. Until make us a Ghana for enka no kreka kra no. Ene open dollar. Unye bi obango. Wow bankers. Unye bi. There is no unye bi. Unye bi bank bi unye bi. Meanwhile, like Atik said, in other places you walk in with your passport, and then you do clean transaction. And the question is, dollar no mo jifi BOG no. Omo de coin. Businessmen in nyanto. Individuals omo betu coin so aye omo de enso nyanto. Na enye du bank wa na foreign bureaus na be fako. Enye du ya na foreign bureaus na be fako. Ense me de mema kom nyina afra. Enye du ya o. Na omo be fa ni nyina akọ. Na abochi dollars owo no. O bank nkre ni bi. Dollar abochi nko a betu na chairman umsi abochi. Na boshi bie $10 million which are you measure.
Me who be there.
Aye. Chairman, you need to just tell me $10 million.
Obenyama.
Get it for you.
Obenyama. The like I think say no. Or say there was a spaghetti.
Spaghetti bowl.
Talia bowl. I didn't different. But once we work at all the principles, now I think I can once making sure that and it takes a while to fix the fundamentals. I mean, you can't spring up industrialization in 10 years. All over the world, getting industrialization going, you're looking at between 10, 15 to 20 years. Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, and we are in now the name you need to build your human resource base. You need to make sure that your health is solid before you're able to get there. It's something that is work in progress. We need to keep at it. And see a truncate some process no. But yeah, no. Shall we begin to look at the Nyaman Katekete? And then we show inflation. Nyama pushy inflation cost no. They had we be apple. Any Katekete I mean grapes.
Grapes.
Apple, grapes, whiskey, wine. Senior, sana many pushy and then goes through. And to the beer now be someone say democracy ni liberal market no crown no. Ne crack say because baby fufra and can no understand no pebi or man penny no sorry or say the next 6 months obi amfa grapes in Bagana obi amfa apple in Bagana obi amfa whiskey. The point is these things say amfa mba na ye near ye betumi survive ya na because sometimes when you go and look at the list of Nyama ye kra no na senior how much millions of dollars are ye dey kra grapes
and the German can useless imports. Yeah, my dear. I
ye mo ade ye dey kra sa Nyama na. The question is that men can say who here men person be better say who discount say mom me person be better say minister to me say ice cream on aduane. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is say for the sake of your economy no, especially at a time where you need to say the foundation is being fixed and is work in progress, no, in the short term, no, can we do something about these things? I think say it's time for the Ministry of Trade, it's time for the Ministry of Finance, it's time for leadership to look at some of these things. Unfortunately, sanema we compare on hasem na kofaba. Sanema we nyina aka ho na democracy no ho. Your problem my cap kebi no kebi no kofaba ne opposition esum. I edu o man bless no musi enjoy apodi. O musi enjoy grape. O musi enjoy whiskey. Then also I don't cross you another topic. And when it happens this way, then it always blackmails the political class. Because oba be ye ni yem hihye no. Say okofaba eba kofa issues abre. We can't continue to. The only reason why we are going through this whole thing, because we are imported. Yeah. The only reason, I don't know.
2 years ago,
2
years ago, Professor Smart Sapon, then Dr. Smart Sapon, Kumasi Technical University, or Nsem-Pii where show you so, Echo Peace FM online say, the real thing is that it is the black market that controls the dollar economy in this country, and that until we are able to also look at that one,
but that's absolutely true. And I make us see actually about even chamber of a friend saying forest bureaus here in India. Senior, me see obi kura $10 million no why about you? Now Usia na own green cross be on bit of 5,000 cedis cry. They don't look it. I think there's who do airport shell. Kutoka hona. Me see our $10 million obi nya sesama. Odo pa urani masisi ana kasa ope $50 million. Na hwese obu ntumi sesama wa. And see all these carrying in our shank of you
form a consortium and raise it for you.
They will raise it for you right now. Small bills and the big bills. I bet you say, oh, you be small. They have the money. They have the money.
I free him.
And some and I make us say banks for no credit. They know. They know.
Sometimes the banks do transactions.
So we are there. No, if I'm this can be BOD. Never do bank no more releasing in our partners in the black market. Buyer no more releasing in the black market. So the businessman that is even saving with the bank is not even getting enough dollar from one bank to send to the suppliers. This is a PF bank or Abesiako Nima, Abesiako Madina, and so what you mean is cano. Because these guys are holding the money and they know say being hunting. Control price. That is the problem. Control price because they been here. Inti Kenya answer no. Na kebi so actually friend is saying yes citizens. I wonder how many countries you can just go and freely change money like we change in this country. To me China says oh do now cost $1 to yuan. Na say we na say yuan ni biaka. Now to me say the only way you can change it back to dollar and say we do passport any receipt ya the mao time I was first one. That's the only way you can change the money back. So if for example you enter Beijing now cost $1,000 now cost assigned to yuan maybe amount 10,000 yuan. Now say we'll spend 5,000 but you need to leave the country here. It's not easy to change it to the 5,000 yuan back to dollar. And then so you need to have this. Your only way they say
be the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.